This is the LinkedIn Content Design Challenge. I'm Tom Quinn. The challenge is to create a 3-page wireframe for an onboarding process for a new service that allows you to teleport to your next location. My product, called Beamed In, this is the 3-page wireframe, and I started with my target audience of white collar workers who are traveling for business for maybe a 1 to 2 day trip. It starts out with the first page that says, "Welcome, Tom." This is copied straight from LinkedIn. It's very welcoming, it's helpful, and it stays along with their voice. And as we continue, it says, "Let's confirm your address, connect to your calendar, and ease your travel experience." Again, following LinkedIn style guide with the Oxford comma there, but also it shows a brief overview of what's to come through this experience and does not go into too much detail as the user knows they will go through the process later. It starts with "enter your address." This is the command, and the context is below. You will leave from and return to this location. It says, "This is what we need, and this is why we need it." Then there's more style guide. It's postal code instead of zip code, for example, because that's what LinkedIn uses. As we move on to the next page, you can see the page that I decided was the next most important was leaving the planning stress to LinkedIn. Now at the top, you can see 3 dots. As you move through the onboarding process, it moves from the first to the third. Here it says, "Leave the planning stress to us." This is a really comforting and easy statement to read for the user. It allows them to think about how they can envision themselves using this app. It takes it less theoretical and more concrete. Here's the actual events that we're going to schedule right now to get you on your way. It says, "Connect to your calendar so that we can automatically schedule your upcoming trips." And then there's this little phrase here that tries to ease the user's concerns, or what I believed the user could be concerned about with the future. "Don't worry, we won't book anything without your permission." This is saying, we know we're asking you for this information. We want you to understand that we're not going to go ahead and run with it. We're still going to ask you for permission before we do anything. You then can select a calendar, which is auto-populated by the different calendars on your device. We assume the person would want to select their business calendar, but that's an assumption that I wasn't comfortable making in the beginning, so it allows the user to make that decision themselves. This is also a process that's not absolutely essential to using the app. This is just allowing the user to envision themselves using it. And therefore, if you press skip, it will also go on to the next page. Finally, there's the last page, which is "Tell us what you need to know to make your trips better." Select items below to feature on your homepage. You can always change this later. The point of this is to personalize the service and say, why would a user really want to use LinkedIn as their mode of transportation? Well, what are the things that LinkedIn's really good at? They're really good at finding connections nearby. They're good at being a platform and a social media, which can include different features like weather and hotel and dry cleaner, and maybe they're interested in social impact projects. Of course, there's now got public health guidelines, traffic updates. All of these things I think are important to business travelers and really thinking about that target audience of white collar workers traveling for 1 to 2 days. Finally, with the entire structure, I chose these 3 ideas because they allow, number one, let's have the user know that they will always get home safely. Let's have them know exactly how this app is going to work. It's going to bring you to, it's going to bring you from and return you to your home. Next, let's actually have you envision using the app. Let's have you think to yourself, "Oh, here's the calendar that I'm setting. Here are the trips that I'm likely to go on." Finally, tell us what you need to know to make your trips better. This allows you to personalize the app to say, "Hey, we're LinkedIn. We're a better service than some of the others. Here's how we can make your life better and your trip better." There's a design philosophy included below, and I'm more than happy to answer questions. Thank you.